Everybody, it's Miss Bangura. I hope everyone is okay, everyone is doing safe, and taking it easy during this time. So, what we're doing today, go ahead, log into code.org. Take a moment to log in. Remember, guys, log in with your Google account. Do not log in through Clever, okay? When you click sign in, remember that you are clicking the red button that says continue with Google. A lot of you are emailing me telling me that you are doing the assignment, but when I log in, I do not see it. I'm pretty sure it's because you're not logging in with your Google account. Remember, with your Google account, it is linked in with code.org with Google Classroom. So if you are not in Google Classroom, then you won't be on the right dashboard in code.org. Okay? So we are going to Unit 2, Lesson 8. All right? Your screen should look like this. Unit 2, Web Development, and we are looking for Lesson 8 that says Clean Code and Debugging. So as you guys are making your way to the lesson, I'm going to give you guys a few announcements. The first thing is we have class every second and fourth Friday. A schedule went out for each class in all of your courses. It is on the website. It's on the school website, and it's also on the school Instagram. If you don't follow the school Instagram, you should follow it. For our class in particular, it is the second and fourth Friday. A lot of you all emailed me telling me that you didn't even know we had class. That is nonsense. If you have classes when your other classes, then you have class here. So if you did not know, on the first and third Fridays, you have journalism, music and chorus, Spanish, Italian, Avid, Math 180, Reading 180, and Band. Okay, those are the creative arts classes for the first and the third Fridays of each month. Now, the second and fourth Fridays of each month is technology, which is us, art and digital studio, dance, PE, health, and academic resources. Okay? If I'm going to put this link to all of your class schedules into Google Classroom just in case you do not know or did not know that there is a full schedule going around. I just wanted to share that because a lot of you all were emailing me telling me that you didn't know that we had class. Okay? Also, if you ordered a yearbook from the yearbook club, all yearbooks will be delivered to the school between the first and the second week of June. And once they get here, I will email everyone who ordered a yearbook with instructions on how to come pick up the book from the school. So if you ordered one, please let me know. Well, I already know who ordered. I have everyone's information. But just so you know, you don't have to email me every other day asking about the yearbooks. The yearbooks will be here in June and you guys will be able to come pick them up. I will keep everyone who ordered a yearbook updated. Okay? Just wanted to share that. Again, guys, we have classes on the second and fourth Friday. Videos are uploaded at 9 o'clock and you have until 1 p.m. to finish them. All right, so from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., you have that time to complete your assignment. Okay. My office hours are from 11 to 12:30. And during that time, I will be live on Google Hangouts so that you all can come in, ask me questions if you are confused about anything or if you have any questions that you were thinking about while you were doing the assignment. You can come on and ask me real quick. I'll give you an answer and then you can go back and finish your work. But today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be on live, but I'm going to go over the last lesson. So what I'm going to actually do is go over lesson 7, intellectual property and images. go over how to put the images into the code, and then you guys can ask me questions after that, because a lot of you all did not complete that assignment. So I'm going to go over that one so that you all understand what you are doing. So when it comes to lesson 8, it'll be easier for you to do. Okay? So by now, everyone should be looking at lesson 8. Go ahead and click lesson overview and let's get started. Okay, now we are in bubble number 1. Remember lesson 8, clean coding and debugging. The overview. In this lesson, it covers common issues that arise when designing web pages in HTML. The class will correct errors in a sequence of increasingly complex web pages found on Code Studio and learn the importance of comments, white space, and indentions as tools for making web pages easier to read. So you can see we have a few new vocabulary. We have bug, part of a program that does not work correctly, a comment, a note in a source code of a computer program that helps explains the code to people who read it, debugging, finding and fixing the problems in the algorithm or program, indentation, the placement of text farther to the right or left of the surrounding text, making it easier to understand the program structure. And then we have white space. Any new character that shows up as a blank space on a screen, such as space tab or a new line, it helps separate different parts of a document to make it easier to read. So we're going to go over all of this as we are going through the lesson. So go ahead and click continue, the orange button, and it will take you to bubble number 2. Okay? So let me... Okay, so as it's loading, you can see the instructions right here. It says computer code is written by humans, and all humans make mistakes. Part of being a good computer scientist is finding your mistakes and fixing them. In the computer science, we all call mistakes bugs. I'm sorry. The process of finding and fixing those bugs is called debugging. Over the next couple of levels, we are going to work on our debugging skills. So if you look at this, it's telling us to look at the web page and discuss. Well, we don't have partners right now, but we are going to look at the web page and we are going to see how we can make this look like this right here. So the heading is not big enough. We can see that here. The second item on the list does not have a number. We can see that here. And then we have to fix the bugs in the codes to match the final results. All right. So let's look at our codes. I'm going to zoom in. The first thing we notice is that heading, the word heading on line number 7, you can see that H3 and H1 is here. We need our heading to be bigger. And if you remember, H1 is our biggest tag. So what we are going to do is change this H3 to H1. So now our heading word is bigger, okay? Now we have a list of numbers. If you remember, ordered list is OL. We can see the OL right here. The opening tag is here. The closing tag is at the end right here. And we have thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3. If you notice, thing 2 does not have a number 2 in front of it. So to make this easier to read, we are going to create space. On line number 8, after the first OL tag, the opening tag, you're going to put your mouse here, click, press enter. Okay, so now OL is on line 8 by itself. For thing 1, it has LI tags. Remember, LI is the list, the items that are actually a part of the list we are making. We are going to click after the closing LI tag for thing 1. Press enter again. So now thing 1 is on a line on its own on line number 9. So as you can see, thing 2 does not have an opening tag. We're going to fix that last. Right now, we're just going to separate so that it's easier to read when we're coding. So you can see right here, thing 3 has an opening and a closing tag. So we are going to separate that as well. And then our OL tag, our closing OL tag, we're going to separate that. And now everything is stacked on top of each other, which makes it easier to read. So the first thing we fixed was the heading. It was an H3. We changed it to H1 because we wanted it to be bigger. And we separated all of the other tags. Thing 2 is the only thing that does not have a closing LI and an opening LI tag. So we have to type that there. LI. Remember, you start off with your greater than sign. LI, less than sign. That's your opening tag. Your closing tag is your greater than sign. The slash, remember the slash is always in our closing tag. LI. And then we close it out. Okay? So on the right side, everything should change. So I'm going to zoom back out. Let's look at what the instructions say. And you can see that it is matching right here. All right. So this is what the codes look like. If you need to, go ahead and pause so that you can see the coding that I did. Okay. So now we're going to click finish and go to bubble number 3. Okay, we are in bubble number 3. So as you look on here, we are looking at cat supplies. If you look in the instructions panel, it says, discuss what bugs you think are on this page. Find and fix all of the bugs so that your page matches the one on the right. So this is what it's supposed to look like. All right, we have a title. You can see that there's a subtitle. Then you have another line and you have a list with numbers. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so let's close this tab so we can look at our whole screen. Remember, this black arrow opens and closes the instruction tab. So let's look at the first thing here. I'm gonna zoom in so we can see. So let's look for the first thing we see is our cat supplies. That is our heading. We can see that H1 tag is there. It's in there correctly on line 6. So we don't have to do anything to this. But it says that if you look up here, the words cat toys is supposed to be a subtitle. You can see on line 7, it's on a line by itself, but there is no subtitles, not subtitles, there is no subheading here. So we have to add that. And remember, after H1 is H2. So all we're doing for line number 7 is adding the H2 tags for cat toys. So remember, put your greater than sign there, the letter H, the number 2. Close it out. That is your opening tag. Now we have to put our closing tag. Remember to put that slash there, H2. Okay. You can see on the right side, Cat Toys has turned itself into a subheading and is separated from all of the other words now. The next line on line 8 says, keep your cat entertained. So it was not bold, and from the looks of it, let's look at it again. It was not bold and it wasn't any other big letters, so it is not a heading. So what we're going to put here to separate is the P tag. I hope you guys remember the P tag is what separates the lines. So we're going to add the P tag for keep your cat entertained. So we're just going to put in line number 8 the opening P tag in front of the word keep, and then the closing P tag after entertain exclamation point. Okay. So now you can see on the right side, keep your cat entertained sentence is now separated. So the last thing we got to do is make the list of toys in a number list. Let's see. Yes. Is 1 lasers, 2 catnip toys, and 3 kitty chew toys. If you look here, we see bullet points, not numbers. So let's fix this, guys. We went over on how to do list a few times, so let's do this together. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put our mouse here on line number 9 in front of the LI tag. Click on there, press enter. So we're going to create some space between the other codes. So now it should take this line to line number 10. Go back to line number 9, put your mouse there, and we are going to put the OL tag. Remember, OL means ordered list. Okay, ordered list means that there is supposed to be numbers. So we're going to put the opening OL tag on top of our list that is at the bottom right here. The first item that is in this list is lasers. Okay, we're going to erase this comma because we don't need it and press enter so that lasers on a line by itself, and now catnip toys is on a line by itself, and kitty chew toys was already on a line on its own. Okay, so remember, LI is the list tags, which tells the computer what is actually a part of this list. So we're going to add the closing LI tag because lasers already has the opening. All we have to do is add the closing LI tag there. Catnip toys already has the closing LI tag. We have to add the opening LI tag. Okay, and kitty chew toys already has the opening and the closing tag. So now we have to close it out by pressing enter again in line number 13 and put the closing OL tag. So remember, you have that slash there which closes it, I'm sorry. And now you can see on the right side that list that we had turned into a list of numbers. Okay, so number 1 should be lasers, number 2 should be catnip toys, number 3 should be kitty chew toys. All right, so remember, the first thing we did not bother the cat supplies. That was already okay, but we changed cat toys to H2. We made the keep your cat entertained into the P tags. We added the OLs on top of the list. We separated each item in the list onto its own line and added the LI tags that belong there. And then we added the closing OL tag. Okay, so now it should look like this. And I'm going to open up the instructions tag, and you can see that it matches perfectly to what the instructions wanted us to do. Okay, so if you need to, I'm gonna zoom in. Go ahead and pause. If you need to take time to look at the codes, go ahead and pause this video so that you can go ahead and fix it if you are a little behind. All right, we are now going to bubble number 4. Go ahead and click finished. Okay, guys, we are now in bubble number 4, and we are looking at strange plants. So this one is a little bit more tricky, but we are going to do this one together. So it says this page has images in it, and images make finding bugs a little bit more tricky. So what we have to do is look and see what the bugs are and how we can fix them. So if you scroll down in the instruction box, you can see what it's supposed to look like. The first thing we see, the title, there's a description underneath. We see the name of the first plant. Notice that there is a bullet point. And then we go into the first picture, and then there's a small description of where this picture is coming from. And it's the same thing for the other few plants. Okay, they are all the same. All have a picture, a description, and the name of the plant with a bullet point. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So let's close this tab and look at what is over here on the right side. So already we can tell that there are supposed to be some pictures that are missing. It's only one picture. If you notice, there are bullet points missing for this first plant, which is the Villos pitcher plant. Scroll down. This name right here isn't even in H1 tag. I'm just looking at the right side just to see what we're looking for. So let's start coding. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's take a look. There are supposed to be, there is H1 tag in this line 7 for strange plants. That one looks fine, so we're not going to bother it. The description on line number 9 describing what the page is about, there is no coding or tag here, so what we are going to do is add the P tag. So when we are editing the rest of the page, this sentence will not mush with the other ones. So this will keep it separated from all of the other codes. Okay. So the next we're going to look at, we notice that there is a UL tag, an opening UL tag here, but we do not see a closing UL tag. So let's look around and see if there is another one. Okay. I see a closing UL tag. So that means that the whole page is basically covered in UL, which is okay. We are not going to change that. We're going to leave it how it is. What we will do to make sure that each name of the plant has a bullet point is to put the LI. Because remember, you can tell the computer that you are making a certain type of list, but you always got to tell the computer what is actually a part of that list. Okay, so let's look and see how the coders did the other plant names. So you can see Venus flytrap has a bullet point next to it. So let's look for where Venus flytrap is. Okay, it starts on line number 15. So you can see LI is here, right on top of the Venus flytrap name, and then the coding for the image along with the description. The opening tag is here, and we see a closing tag after that entire part for the actual Venus flytrap. All right, so if you look at it, there's an opening LI tag and a closing LI tag for this Venus flytrap name, picture, and description. That does not show in the Villos pitcher plant. So what we're going to do is add an LI tag for our first plant, which is the Villos pitcher plant. So we go back up. After the UL, we're going to click enter and start at line number 11. We are going to put LI, the opening LI tag, on top of the H3 for Villos pitcher plant, and put the closing LI tag, watch right here, after the description for the Villos pitcher plant, the ending P tag. You're going to press enter and put the closing LI tag here. Okay, we're not going to touch this one. We're adding a closing tag here, and we have added the opening tag of LI here. Okay, so let's make sure that this worked. Click refresh and save. If it doesn't automatically pop up, good. So now we have our bullet point. The next thing we need to do is fix the picture. As we can see, the code is wrong because the picture's not showing up. So let's see. if you look at the coding for this picture, the SRC is missing. The quotation marks are here, but the image address is not here. So what we have to do is add the image address. So if you look on the left side, let's look for the actual picture of the pitcher plant. So this is what it's supposed to look like. You can see the name is right here. So what we have to do is type in this address name in between these quotation marks. So the first word is V, the first letter is V. And if you can see on your computer, it should pop up. You have Venus flytrap.jpg, and then you have Villos-pitcher-plant.jpg. The pitcher plant is what we are looking for. So just click on it. It will automatically put it there for you, so you don't have to type in the whole thing manually. Let's make sure the rest of this code is correct. It has the all equal sign, the name of the plant, which is fine, and then the quotation mark, and then it closes out. Okay. Click refresh and save if it does not automatically do it for you. And then boom, we have our first picture fixed. Okay. So now we're going to move down to line number 17 is where the next one starts. So this is everything for the Venus flytrap. So remember, the Venus flytrap already has its bullet points next to it. So we don't have to do anything with that. And the P tags are already there for the description, but the picture is not showing. So if you look at the name of the Venus flytrap, let's make sure it's spelled correctly. Venus, yep, it's spelled correctly and it's in there correctly. It's the same picture, so that's right. Let's take a look. So the SRC is spelled wrong. It's supposed to be SRC. This says SCR. If you look at the other one up here, that is correct. It says SRC. So all we're going to do is switch these two letters. Erase the CR. We are now looking on line number 19. And type in SRC. Okay. That's what we're looking at. If it doesn't change automatically, click refresh and save. And it should automatically pop up. There we go. Okay. That's what we're looking at right now. So that is for the Venus flytrap. Everything else for this plant is fine. So we're going to move on to the Clathrus rubber. Clathrus rubber. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So let's look at it. Already I see some things that are not right. So the picture for this plant is already here. So we don't have to worry about fixing the picture. But it's missing the H3 tag. The closing tag is here, but there's no opening H3 tag. We are on line number 23. So the first thing we're going to do is add the opening H3 tag for the name of this image. Okay. Our LI tag is here. The opening LI tag and the closing LI tag. The closing LI tag is in the wrong spot. It is before the description when it's supposed to be after the description. Okay. So we need to fix that. Oh, wait, let's click on refresh and save so that the H3 tag shows correctly. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. So what we're going to do, because this on line 25, the LI tag is in the wrong spot. Just copy, erase that, and you're going to put the closing LI tag underneath the closing PL tag right here on line 26. Okay. It doesn't change much, but it's important because we don't want it to mesh with anything else. Okay. So now we have 3 of our pictures. Let's make sure we are looking good on the right side. All right. So let's look at the very last picture, the bear's head tooth fungus, which starts on line 27. So we see the opening LI tag for it. It has H3 tags, that's fine. The image is already incorrect. It's literally telling you on line 29 because it is red. So let's see why it is not showing up. SRC is missing the equal sign. That's why it's not showing. It's missing the equal sign. So type the equal sign after SRC. Click away from it. And let's see if it pops up. There we go. That was it. So if you remember from the last lesson, we worked on how to fix the codes in pictures. So you should be able to pick up if a word is spelled wrong, if there are any quotation marks missing, if any of the equal signs are missing, if there's no space in between. It's a little tedious, but that's why we are practicing and going over this, okay? So now we are finished with this page. Let's take a look again. We have plant number 1, the Villo's pitcher plant with the picture and description. We have the Venus flytrap, picture, description. The Clathrus rubber with picture and description. And we have the bear's head tooth fungus for the last one. Okay. I'm going to zoom in so you all can see all of the coding. I will go over what we changed. Starting on line number 7 was the H1 tag, the title of the page that you see on the left side. We did not do anything to this. All we did was skip it because it's fine. We added a P tag for the description of the page, opening and closing. The UL tag was already here. This is the opening UL tag. The closing UL tag is at the very bottom of this code. So what we did to tell the computer what was a part of the list was add an LI tag for each picture, name of the plant, and the description of the plant. So the LI tag for the Villo's picture plant is here, and then the closing tag is at the end. Each picture has a title in H3, an image, and a small description, and then the closing LI tag. So for example, all of this is for the first picture. Let me zoom out. I can't. Come on, zoom out, zoom out. Okay. This whole code, you can see it highlighting over here, is for the Villo's pitcher plant. Okay. I'll zoom in so that you can see it. Pause it so that you can make sure your codes are correct. The second plant code was the Venus flytrap, and I'm going to highlight everything that we did for the code. The LI tags were already there. What we did was fix the picture because the picture was not showing up. The picture was not there. It was just the quotation marks, and we added the picture there. Okay, you can see it highlighted right here. Take a pause if you need to make sure your codes are correct. Then we go on to the Clathrus rubber. I'm going to highlight everything we did for this one. So this one did not have an opening H3 tag, so we added one here. The picture was already there, I believe. Or was it not there? Either way, hold on, let me double check. Yes, this picture was already here. Yes, this picture was already here. So we didn't really have to do much to this picture, to this coding for the picture. It was already here. And then you have the P tag for the description, and then you have the closing LI tag. And then the last picture is the bear's head tooth fungus, which is right here. What we did was fix the equal sign. Equal sign was not there after SRC. Li tags are here. There was nothing else that we really did. It wasn't too much for this one. And then as you notice, the closing UL tag is at the bottom. It was already here. We didn't change any of it. Did not change that. So that is what it should look like. Okay. So go ahead and click finish to go to bubble number 5. Okay, guys, we are now in bubble number 5, and we are going to do this page together, and you're going to do 6, 7, and 8 on your own, okay? So what we are looking at, this is a web page about odd cars. Excuse me. As you can see, there is a list of cars: a wood car, Oscar Mayer car, LL Bean Bootmobile, and a grass car. And there's supposed to be pictures of the cars here, but we only see one picture. Okay, let's look into the instruction panel. It's telling us, look at the code with your partner and discuss how you should format the code to make it easier to read. Make the code easier to read by adding new lines and indentations. Fix all the bugs so that your pages matches the page below, okay? So if we scroll down, this is what the web page is supposed to look like. Let's take a good look at it. We have our heading, which is odd cars. We have a description. You can see different types of cars. This is a list, an unordered list, because there are no numbers. Then it says picture gallery. And then we have a picture of the first car, which is the wood car. A small description. The second car, which is the Oscar Mayer car. Small description. Then you have the Bootmobile. Then a description. And then the last car is the grass car. Okay. So if you are looking at bubble number 5, this code right here looks like one large paragraph, and it is not easy to read. Some more professional coders can just code just like this and it's fine, but in our case, we want to make this easier to read because it can become a little messy. So the first thing we're going to do is, before we fix any of the codes, we're just going to separate them. Okay. So we're going to start on line number 5. On line number 5, you see where it says body. I want you to put your cursor in between body and the H1 tag and press enter. Okay? That way, this body line is on its own. And then what we're going to do is put the H1 tag for odd cars on a line by itself as well. So after that closing tag of H1 and the word there, you're going to put your cursor here, press enter again. Okay? Now we put that line, that H1 tag, on a line by itself. So the next thing that needs to go on a line by itself is this little paragraph description of the cars. So the first word of the paragraph is there, and the last word is drive. So look for that last word of the sentence. Here it is at the very end. After the period, you're gonna, okay, well, it may not show, but after the period, it will automatically go to the beginning of the H4. Just press enter twice. So now it is on a line, and we've separated the paragraph from the H4 tag. Oh, by the way, I meant to say press twice for the H1 tag. So go back to the H1 tag of odd cars, press enter again. So this way it's completely separated and you can see it clearly. So the next thing we have is H4, different types of cars. We have the opening H4 tag and the closing H4 tag. Between the closing H4 tag and this UL tag, put your cursor here. Press enter 2 times. 1, 2. Okay? Now that is on a line by itself. The UL tag, which is unordered list, needs to be on a line by itself as well. So click enter. You can just click it 1 time because it's a code by itself. Then the items that is on the list is a wood car, Oscar Mayer car, LL Bean bootmobile and a grass car. So all of these items need to be on a line by itself. So the wood car has both an opening and closing LI tag. Okay, so you're going to put that on a line by itself. Oscar Mayer has an opening LI and a closing LI tag. So after that closing LI tag, you're going to put your cursor there, press enter again. So LL Bean does not have an opening LI tag. We're going to add that later. Right now, we are just separating the codes so that it's easier to read. Okay. So after the closing LI tag, you see grass car. It has an opening LI tag, but it doesn't have a closing LI tag. So between these two, you're going to press enter again. And now bootmobile is on a line by itself. So after grass car, you see the opening LI tag, but there's no closing tag. Put your cursor between the car and H4 for picture gallery. Press enter twice. Okay. That way we have complete space from the list and this next series of coding. So now we have picture gallery in H4. The opening tag is there and the closing tag is there. What we are going to do is put our cursor between H4 and the image tag and press enter 2 times. Okay. So now we are going to our first picture, which is of the wood car. Let me get closer so you can see. This is the full tag for the picture of the car. It ends right after this less than symbol. What's less than or greater than symbol? I think this is the greater than symbol. Yes. And then you see the opening P tag here. Put your cursor here and press enter. When you press enter, make sure you do it twice, 2 times. You notice that the P is all the way over here at the end. So what we're going to do is press the backspace button to bring the P at the beginning, okay? And then we're going to look for the ending P tag for this sentence, which ends where it says 2.0 closing P tag. You're going to put your cursor at the end of the closing P tag, press enter twice. Now you see an image tag is starting right here and it's all the way on the right side, and we have to bring it all the way back to the left. So you're going to bring your cursor here at the beginning of the image tag, click on your backspace to bring it all the way back to the beginning next to the number 24, just like this. Okay, this is the tag or code for the second car, which is the Oscar Mayer car. And between the ending of the tag, there's a beginning of a P tag. We're going to click here, press enter twice. And you see the beginning of the P tag. Bring the P tag closer to the number 26. Okay. And then the P tag, we're going to look for the closing P tag for this one. And it ends at domain. You can see right here the closing P tag and the beginning of the third image tag is super close to each other. So put your cursor in between here, press enter 2 times. Okay. Now we've separated this sentence and now we have the image here. Bring the image closer to 28 by pressing the backspace button. Now this is the picture of the LL bootmobile. Okay. This is the full tag for the bootmobile picture. You see the opening tag for a new paragraph or sentence where it starts from. Put your cursor here, press enter 2 times. Okay. And we're doing it 2 times to make sure there's extra space for you all to be able to read it. Okay. Then you have your opening P tag right here. Let's look for our ending P tag. It's right here after 3.0. Then it starts off on the last picture of the grass car. Put your cursor in between there. Press enter twice. Just like that. And then this is the full picture of the grass car with the full code of it. You can see the beginning of the P tag here. We are going to put our cursor here, press enter twice. Notice that the P tag is all the way at the right. Press the backspace button to bring it back to the beginning. Okay, almost done. Now we have the beginning of the P tag here and the ending of the P tag in the same line. Under it is the UL tag. And then there's an LI tag here next to it. Okay. We're just going to press enter between those two. Bring the LI back so it's right under the UL just like this. Okay. So we haven't even fixed the codes yet. All we did was separate the code so that it's easier to read. Okay. I'm going to zoom in so you can see how everything is separated. Okay. The first thing we're going to do, odd cards is already correct. We don't have to bother that first H1 tag, but the paragraph underneath it, we need to put a P tag there. So what you're going to do, at the beginning of the word there, you're going to add the opening P tag. And then you're going to put the closing P tag after the word drive. Okay? That is your P tag for the first paragraph. Then we go into the list of different types of cars. It says H4 and that is fine. We do not need to change that. But we're going to go straight into the list. The list is right here for UL. It starts here, but there's no closing tag. If you notice, the closing tag is all the way down here. And honestly, it doesn't need to be down there because if you look at the instruction panel, none of the pictures have numbers next to it or any other bullet points next to it. So what we're going to do is go back down. We're going to delete this LI tag and we're going to delete the UL tag because we're going to put it up here. So the opening UL tag is here. We're going to put the closing UL tag underneath where it says grass car. Right here. Okay. So wood car has an opening LI tag and closing one. Oscar Mayer car does too. LL Bean does not have an opening LI tag. So we're going to add the LI tag there. And then the grass car is missing the closing LI tag. So we're just going to add that there. Okay. Click refresh and save. Oh, we did something wrong. UL, LI. Oh, so if you notice right here, I forgot to put an L. The closing LI tag was here, but there was no slash. So we have to just add a slash right there. So make sure all of your closing tags have a slash, okay? So let's click refresh and save again. And okay, we're good. So now let's look at the picture gallery. So the first picture gallery, it says H4. We're not going to bother the H4. It's fine. We're not going to touch that one. Okay. But the first picture of the wood car is broken. It's not there. So let's, one, make sure that image SRC is spelled correctly. It says wood-car.jpg. Let's look and make sure that that is the correct name. Okay, this is the car. It says wood-car. It says wood-car.jpg. Okay, so if you notice, there is no quotation mark at the end of JPG. So we're just going to add a quotation mark there. You're going to click refresh and save. And now you see your boot car here. So I know most of you all have the Chromebooks, and I know most of those Chromebooks do not allow you to click on the quotation mark. So this is what I want you to do if you have that problem. You're going to erase the whole entire line all the way to SRC. You're going to manually type in SRC =, and you should get the options of the cars pop up on your screen. Click on wood-car.jpg and it will automatically put it there for you in the quotation marks, okay? That's if your quotation marks do not work on your keyboards, okay? So now you should see that first picture pop up. So let's go down. The first paragraph tag is there and it's in there correctly, so we don't have to touch that. The Oscar Mayer car is supposed to have a picture, but you can see it's broken. And it's broken because there is no image tag here. So your quotation marks are already there. All we have to do is look for the image address. So if you look over here, it says Oscar-Mayer-car.jpg. And this is what the car looks like. Okay. So I'm going to go back to index.html. In this quotation mark, you're going to type the letter O, and you can see Oscar-Mayer-car.jpg pop up. Click on it. It will automatically put it there for you so you don't have to type it in. You're going to click refresh and save. And now you have your second car. Okay. The third car is already there for you. The P tags are there. The third car, the Bootmobile car, is already in there for you and it's in there correctly. We can see the picture. But the last car is not showing up and we have to figure out why. So if you look at it, image, SRC, let's see if the image address is spelled correctly. grass-car.jpg. Okay, so it's spelled correctly. It's missing the =, after the C. So just add the =, there. Don't click on grass-car again because it'll just pop up twice like that. And you don't want that. It won't show up if you do that. Okay? So just click in the = and just click away. All right? And your grass car should pop up. Click refresh and save. And now you have all 4 of these interesting cars. Okay? I'm going to zoom in so you can see all of the codes that we did. Make sure you pause this video. Take your time, guys. Make sure you pause the video when you need to make sure you're doing the codes correctly. Odd cars have H1. The first paragraphs have the P tag. We have an H4. We have a subheading in H4, different types of cars. Then there's a list, okay? The list is in UL, unordered list. There's 4 cars in this list. Wood car, Oscar Mayer, Bootmobile, and grass car, okay? All LI. Then you have picture gallery in H4. This is the first picture. Look at the tags, make sure everything is correctly. It should say image, img space SRC =, quotation mark, the image address, quotation mark space, alt, =, name of car, and then the greater than sign. Okay. P tags are in there correctly. So we didn't really touch any of the P tags. All of the P tags were in there correctly. We mostly fixed the images and the list. That's really what we did. We just edited the images because there was 3 pictures that were missing and we fixed the list. The P tags, we didn't edit them. All we did was put them on a line on its own. Everything else was fine. Okay? So we did 1 through 5 together. I want you to do bubble 6 on your own. Make sure that you read the instructions. It tells you what to do. You can see cool animals here. All you're doing is fixing the codes. Okay, so look at the codes, look at the pictures, and look to see what is wrong and why the web page on the right side is not showing correctly. Okay, you're going to do bubble number 6 on your own, and then you're going to read bubble number 7. It's a quick reading assignment. It explains the vocabulary words more in depth. Okay. Actually, let's go into that now. So let's go back because I should have explained this more deeply. So white space, formatting HTML. We're looking at bubble 7 right now because I want to explain this. In white space refers to any character that shows up as blank space on a screen, such as a space, a tab, a new line. White space helps separate different parts of the document to make it easier to read. That is what we just did in bubble number 5 when we were separating all of those codes, because first it looked like one huge paragraph. Then we took the time to create white space, which is when all we did was just press enter 2 times and put all the codes on a line by itself. That is called white space. That is what we did. That's what we practiced. Indentation, when we were separating some of the coding, you notice that some of the P tags were shifted all the way to the right. They were indented, but they were indented too far. So we brought it back to the left side closer to its number and made it easier. Okay? Commenting. I'll explain what commenting is. It says, as your web page gets more complicated, you'll want to use comments to explain the different parts of a code and what it should create. All right. So I'm going to go back to bubble number 6 because you're going to do bubble 6 on your own. Okay. And I'm going to explain what the comment is. So it says you can add comments to your code, explain the different parts. You can add comments to your code to explain the different parts of a code and what it should create. Comments can help you debug and will also help other people who are trying to understand your own code. So when you are adding comments to your own coding, it will help other people understand what you are trying to code. In this case, you are looking at the page and trying to understand what is supposed to be there. So for example, in bubble number 6, you can see this very light words on line number 6. It says title and page introduction. Okay, and you can see this is the title and the page introduction. All right, so this lets the coder know that, okay, cool animals is the title of the page and the introduction is underneath the title. That's what it's telling you. This is telling you what is coded underneath it. The next one says list of animals and pictures. Then you can see the first animal is the Bahai. I'm sorry if I say it wrong. The first animal. The second animal is the stellar cow, sea cow. And then the third animal is the golden toad. Okay, so the computer is telling you what is supposed to be there. All right, all you need to do is go in and fix the codes and make sure all of the codes are in there correctly. So when you're looking at it, make sure the H3 tags are in there. Look at your LI tags, look at your P tags, your image tags. Make sure they are all in there correctly. Make sure that all the closing tags have a slash. If you see any red, that means that something was not coded correctly and it needs to be fixed. Okay? So this is what you are going to do in bubble number 6 on your own. And then if you need to go back to bubble number 7 to reread, you can do that too. And bubble number 8 is what you are going to do on your own as well. This is a challenge. This is what is going to be graded. All right. So number 6 is a practice on your own. And then number 8, you are going to get graded for this page. This page is where you're going to fix the codes, look at the pictures, see what's missing, what is supposed to be there. Make sure you read the instruction panel. And this is the page that I'm going to grade so that I know that you guys are understanding what we are doing. Okay? So again, email me if you have any questions, but at 11 a.m. I'm going to go on live to do a quick review over lesson number 7, which was 2 weeks ago, and then I'll answer any questions about lesson number 8, okay? So you guys have until 1 p.m. to do this assignment. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Please participate in the live session. If you're not able to make it, contact me. Just email me if you have any questions, okay? I hope to see you guys. Well, I won't see you guys again because pretty sure you all have heard that we're not going to go back to school physically into the building. So hopefully I'll see you guys on live and we can chat and have conversation about the work. And if you have any other questions, I'll be there for you all as well. Please be safe. Please take care of yourselves. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're eating healthy, and stay as safe as you can. Again, email me if you have any questions. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your time. See you all next time. Bye.